The Khushke Feroz, or Feroz's palace, was Emperor Feroz Shah Tughlaq's citadel in his medieval city of Firozabad. Now called the Feroz Shah Kotla, the structure was built in the latter half of the 14th century at the banks of the Yamuna. The rubber-built citadel contains various quarters, a Bauli, the Delhi Topra Ashokan pillar, and the Jami Masjid. The citadel enclosure can be entered through the western gate, flanked by bastions on either side. It is largely made of rubble masonry, granite, and lime mortar. The walls are approximately 15 meters high, with arrow slits visible at the top. The fort has rectangular enclosures with pillared halls, chambers, and palaces, most of which are in crumbles today. Historians have attempted to recognize many palaces in the citadel, but they cannot be identified with absolute certainty. An important source of water for the fort was a circular bauli, which remains closed for visitors today. On the southeastern side lies the Jami Masjid, one of the largest mosques built by the Tughlaqs. Built in 1354, the mosque lies on top of a plinth, with chambers on the ground floor. The stairs at the entrance lead to a massive dome structure with 3 exterior doorways. It has a parapet around it with kangura designs. A large courtyard in the mosque once held an octagonal dome that had the Futuhat-e-Feroz Shahi, Feroz Shah's autobiography, engraved on its walls. This dome no longer stands today. The mihrab is visible on the western wall of the mosque, but the eastern wall and parts of the southern wall have broken off. The courtyard is adjoined by a building which is in ruins as well. An innovative network of corridors ran through the masjid to the other enclosures of the citadel, for the women of the palace to move around privately. This was a unique architectural design rarely found in any other mosque. To the north of the mosque lies the 3-storied pyramidal structure consisting of rubber-built arches on each story. This structure was built especially to hold the Delhi Topra Ashokan pillar, which was found by Feroz Shah in Topra, Haryana, and brought here in 1367. It was strategically removed, disassembled, and carefully established in this current location. Detailed illustrations describing this move have been found in a contemporary text called the Sirat-e-Feroz Shahi. The pillar is supposed to have been decorated with crowning ornaments and a golden cupola on the top, which have unfortunately broken off. It was called the Minara-e-Zareen, or the Golden Minar. This minar has inscriptions in both Brahmi and Devanagari mentioning the efforts of Emperor Ashok to promote Dhamma. A twin pillar stands by the Chauburji Masjid in Delhi. The enclosure is an important heritage site protected under the Archaeological Survey of India. Many parts of the citadel have broken off. The plaster cover on many arches has worn off, exposing the masonry underneath. The site is also susceptible to environmental degradation and vegetation growth. The walls of the mosque suffer from graffiti and vandalism.